Thank you everyone for coming. Really appreciate you taking the time to remember Brad. And thank you for everybody that's in the live stream and an audience, and thank you for everyone that did the generous donations to make today possible. Brad was a light that nobody else can bring in. He brought a light in the room that was unique to him. Brad, Jesus Christ. That's my alarm to get it started. Brad was survived by his wife, Rihanna, his sons, Dylan, Riley, and his daughter, Avery. People say that the measure of a person is based on riches, what they bring into the world. That's not true. What really measures a person is how many lives they touch. And everybody in attendance is proof to what kind of person Brad was. When I first met Brad, we were at Huntington High. Brad literally was a head above everyone else. I got to know him going through high school, became friends, got to know the whole Van Reenen crew, and I will always remember a couple quick things. Our first trip to Ozfest, we all went to Denny's, and this guy ordered 2 of the lumberjack slams and dusted it all in one sitting. We'll always remember the late night poker games that we had out going into the sunrise, hanging out, drinking, just being kids. And Brad always knew how to tell a story. Anytime that he knew exactly when to accentuate the punchline, when he can get away with certain things, and Brad was a unique person. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up so people can speak. We'll bring up Lori, his sister, to open us up.
All right. I hate public speaking, so my face will be down here. Just fair warning. A letter to my little brother. I can't believe I'm standing here today to say goodbye to you. I can't believe I'll never tuck myself under your arm and hug you until I annoy you again. I can't believe I'll never laugh with you again. You made me laugh and smile more times than any human brain can recall. You showed me a kind of love not many people ever get to experience. When I was 4 years old, you came into this world and changed my life. I don't remember much from that age, but the day you were born is ingrained in me. You came into this world like a cannon, 45 minutes from mom's first contraction to your first breath. And just like that, it was you and me, until Scott came along. I mean, it's the best damn trio of siblings ever. I've always been so proud to be your sister, a title I've worn like a fucking crown. You made that so easy. You were always impressive, the way you took on anything physical, rollerblading, hurdles, skateboarding, basketball. You were just a sight to watch. I loved being the loudest one in the stands because you, Bradley, were that talented. And your art, the way you could put pencil to paper so effortlessly, it was beautiful. You were an amazing father, brother, uncle, and best friend. I hope you can see how important you are to so many people. You had a presence that filled a room, and even though you were a giant, you were a big old teddy bear. Smart, funny, caring, but also reserved. You felt things deeply and only shared that with a few. Bradley, Brad, BJ, B, brother, Broham, bro. I don't know how to do this life without you. When we lost our little brother 9 years ago, I truly believed I'd never have to know this world without you too. I never thought my time as big sister would be cut short. But I am grateful, so incredibly grateful that I got to be your big sister. I will carry you forward. I'll see you and your children and your nieces and everyone you touched. I will never stop seeing pieces of you in this world. So I will close with this. I will love you always. I will miss you in ways that will never lessen. I will try to find peace knowing that you're with Scott now, my two baby brothers back together again. That picture, both of you side by side smiling, makes this a little easier. To quote Tommy Boy, brothers don't shake hands, brothers gotta hug. Bradley, my love, rest peacefully. You are loved, you are missed, and you will always be my baby bro.
Next, we're going to bring up Jess, his niece.
My family knows me as a prolific writer, but whenever it comes to these things, I can never get the words down on paper. So instead, I just want to talk about Brad. But since the day I came home from the hospital, he has been my Uncle B. Watching him draw inspired me to create art of my own. He was always so talented and so funny. He never failed to make me laugh. From cereal eating competitions to listening to Queens of the Stone Age in the car, I have so many wonderful memories with my uncle, and yet it's still not enough. The absence that he has left is not a void that can ever be filled. But I know that myself and everyone else who loves him so dearly will keep him alive in memory. One of my favorite memories of him that I feel like paints his character so well is my parents were out of town for a night, and I was watching my sisters, and there was a big crash in the backyard. And I was about 13, super scared, didn't know what to do. But my Uncle B was the closest one by. He was even on a date, and he even brought his date home with him. And we stayed up and watched Step Brothers until I felt comfortable enough to go to sleep. And he stayed the whole night, was there making breakfast in the morning. He was never more than a phone call away, and always had a laugh and smile to reach out to make you feel better. So, to my wonderful uncle, to all of us who love him, thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Next, we're going to bring up Vanessa and have her.
Yo, they held it together really well. Okay. I wish I knew the right way to start, to admit that this is reality. I wish I knew how to say it out loud. To say that you're gone. I wish I could do it. Admit that I'll never feel that vibrant presence in front of me again. I wish I could admit how sorry I am for not being around, for not remembering more. I wish I could say it and do a lot more, but that would be way too big of a waste. Instead, I'm choosing to stand here in some disjointed semblance of joy. Though my heart feels like it's turning itself inside out, I'm trying to smile. You always had that ridiculous smile, but it brightened every room you'd ever walked in. I'll miss that smile forever. I never thought I'd be standing here giving a eulogy for someone I was so sure would stay around for so long. I spoke at your wedding, my first ever time doing that. I don't remember everything I said now, but I've been trying every day to recall it. I remember feeling overjoyed for you and for the new family you were beginning. I remember being just so happy to see you. I always was. You were always one of my favorite people to be around. Since Allie and I were young, you would group us up with Dylan and let us have the most fun of our lives. I'm so grateful for that now, for your playfulness and for giving us Dylan and for being so present and loving to us all. Since you've left, I've learned so much about you. I'm trying not to regret how few questions I asked and how little I learned before. I was so young when you were around the most. All of my memories consist of youthful games, camping trips, birthday parties, Christmas mornings, and simple days at home. You sneaking down the stairs, smiling that same wide smile anytime you successfully startled me. Now that I'm just a bit older, I have so many questions. I want to ask them all now, and I wish I could know you better now. But regret is such a waste. I would rather spend my time asking everyone who knew you everything about you, hearing stories, seeing how great of an impact you made. You always left a big bright mark on the people you touched. Since you've left, I've learned we had some things in common. My mom told me our favorite color is green, which is now mine, and I vow to love it forever, to see you in all things green in the world. I learned that you loved confetti cake, as I've had it every year for my birthday. Tradition will continue, but it will mean something more. I vow to see the meaning in honor of you, in honor of your unmatched intelligence, your unbelievably quick-wit, and your shamelessly goofy demeanor, and your big, huge heart, all filled with love. I vow to love you forever, just as I know you loved so many of us. I wish I knew how to end this, to say goodbye, to finish. But I guess leaving things unfinished makes sense. That way, you can be alive in our hearts forever. I love you, Uncle B, and I promise to do so forever.
At this moment, I'd say let's take a moment of silence so everybody can reflect on your favorite story of Brad, people in attendance, people streaming. Let's take a moment. At this time, I'm going to invite anybody that wants to come up, say something before we continue with the family. So if anybody has anything that they want to come up and share, please feel free. All right. Oh.
I mean, honestly, the first thing I want to say, I'm so mad at you because you know I hate crying in front of people. So, I've written so many things since the day I was told. about this, but I'll read the last thing I wrote while I was on my way here. I've experienced so much of my life with Bradley present, 30 years to be exact. We've been, I can see. We've been going through all the photos of some of the adventures together. It pulls up memories that I haven't reached for in a long time. Some I can't actually remember, but we're obviously having fun. The amount of selfies I have with you making goofy faces is astronomical. However, I find myself reminiscing about the moments not caught on camera. The times where we don't want to go home. So we head to Denny's, because that's what you do. Having super deep conversations that I'm sure the waiters and waitresses were astonished by. The quiet times when we were just listening to music, driving down the coastline with no conversation. The silly times when I didn't let you out of the car while doing donuts at the end of your street when your bladder was about to explode and you were yelling at me to let you out. Hanging out on Main Street, watching people, making fun of them when they drive down the street for the 5th time, even though we're the nerds that have been sitting there for hours. These are all seemingly insignificant moments. They aren't the big moments. They're not the graduations. They're not the heartbreaks. They're not the trips or the medical scares or the birthdays or the holidays. Not when you started growing a family, although that was one of the coolest things to watch. You becoming a dad, you finding the love of your life, which, by the way, was always his dream, and I'm so happy he found you. But it turns out to be that those car rides and those late nights and those lounging around with nothing to do, those are the most memorable because we had no set plans, no entertainment, no event, just us together because we enjoy each other's presence around. That's what I miss most, just your presence. I love you, B. Radley. My heart is sad.
This moment, I'd like to invite Anthony to come up and say some words.
Hi, everybody. I wrote 3 or 4 things down and I deleted every single one. They were all just filled with examples and parables that, made you feel a certain way. And, I'm not sure that any one of those ways actually expressed how I feel about Brad. And how I feel about Brad is not so easy to sum up. You can't put it in words. I can't put a lifetime of presence with Shakespeare, scripture, even Dylan Thomas, Rage Against the Dying Light. There just none of it suited. So I'm gonna tell you a story. And as you can all tell and all see very clearly, I am vertically challenged. One of the issues with being vertically challenged is when they put the cabinets at the very top of a kitchen. And that's where you have the thing that you need to get. We only have one choice. We have to climb on the counter or get a step stool, but who does that? So we climb on the counter, and so I'm up on the counter one day, and all of a sudden I just feel Brad's arms hook under my legs and around my neck, and he lifted me off of the counter. And there in his oversized embrace, with me squirming like a child in his arms, cursing and yelling at him and him laughing at me, he walked me all the way over to the sofa, threw me down, and we fought. We weren't kids, we're grown men we already had children, all right? This is not this is not, something that just happened, grown men, both with children, day jobs, whole nine. And then we fought, and we fought hard. I mean, we scrapped it out for a hot minute, just because that's what we always did. Him and his brother, they're both oversized, by the way. And so that's what we did. And just that moment and that memory of being carried off a counter like a kid, just making me feel foolish. And that was Brad. It wasn't some heavy-handed word or anything I could put, but Brad was, and he walked like a ninja. You could never hear him coming. He would sneak up right behind you, and every time. And so, but that's what I've spent the last day or two thinking about, is just how many of those ridiculous moments of me jumping out in front of his car at 7 a.m. because we left at the same time for work a lot, and scaring the heck out of him, and him kicking the bathroom door open on me while I'm, reading my book. And and there's just, there's so many moments, but Brad was always that way. He was always playful. He reminded me all the time to not take myself too seriously, to take life too seriously, even take death too seriously. All we have now is all those great moments with him. And all we have now is those pieces that we learned from him to always scare somebody when they're coming around the corner, to always mess with the bigger guy or the little guy, depending on where you land in it. And I just, I will miss him messing with me. And man, will I miss messing with him. Because that was Brad. And yeah. And I miss him. And thank you all for coming.
Thank you for those beautiful stories. This time I'd like to invite Alyssa, come up and say some words. Allie.
I'm my mother's daughter and I hate public speaking, so bear with me. Oh, Uncle B. It's really hard to find the right way to start this. But something that's rolled around in my head so much is the word uncle. It's never been the right word for you. An uncle is someone you see maybe 3 or 4 times a year, and you do your obligatory happy birthday or a Merry Christmas text. But you were always so much more than that. From the 4th grade till the summer before I started high school, I saw you basically every day. We shared a home. We shared a bathroom. We laughed, cried, screamed, fought, everything together for so long. In the 8th grade, I moved into the room right next to yours. Every day, I'd either stand in your doorway or I'd come sit on your bed and annoy you as much as I could. I'd watch you play Spider-Man or Call of Duty with my parents. Or when you decided to rewatch The Office for the first time and you showed me my favorite show. And we spent all our time together harassing the rest of the family into watching it until we won. I always thought of us as so similar. The middle child in a big family with 2 beautiful siblings bigger than life who we admired and loved more than anything. Both always ready to sit on the side and enjoy an event together. Whenever a place got too loud or too much was going on, I knew I could find you somewhere in a quiet corner to breathe. And I hate that I can't do that anymore. I remember when you got married, my sisters and my parents did their beautiful speeches. And my sisters looked to me for my turn, and I very politely shook my head no, too scared to talk in front of everyone. And I was embarrassed that I didn't say anything. I went up to you after and I apologized because I hated that I didn't say anything. And he just laughed and gave me a hug and said he didn't expect anything different. Then he knew exactly how I was because he was the same. I've played that memory in my head a million times, and I would give anything to see you laugh like that again, or to hug you again. All the memories will roll around in my head for the rest of my life, and I hate that I can't hug you right now. So I decided to do this stupid speech for you. I will miss you forever, and I will miss my friend. I love you so much, and I'm so angry at you. But I can't wait to see you again.
This time I'd like to invite up his wife, Rihanna.
Looks like I'm in the right family. We all hate public speaking. At least at my wedding, I had shots in me. Hello, everyone. I just want to say thank you to everyone that has shown up here today in person or just watching in spirit. I want to give a huge thank you to the Van Reenen family for taking care of a lot of the matters I couldn't pull myself to handle. Thank you for stepping up when I couldn't. I couldn't have done it without you all. I couldn't have done all these amazing, beautiful tributes to Brad without you. I want to start by expressing a few words I think Brad would say if he were here in first person. To Dylan, I love you. You were not broken because of me. You are not doomed to repeat my story. You get to write your own life that looks completely different from mine. And that is not betrayal. Take care of your mind. Ask for help. Build a life that feels good to wake up in. When you remember all the times we laughed and talked and spent hours driving together, listening to music and telling each other jokes and having those much-needed deep talks. Not just this one terrible chapter. I'm so proud of you, and I'll always be watching and rooting for you. To Riley, I know he doesn't understand, but you were pure light. I know how much you loved our routines, our games, and our little world. I'm still with you with every Lego piece. Every dance you do and every little happy flap brought me so much joy. I didn't always know how to show back how I felt, but you were never a burden. You were my gift. To Avery, I have always missed you. If you ever choose to know who I was all these years while I was gone, please don't be scared to reach out to your Aunt Lori, my wife Rihanna, or the family. They can always tell you how much I loved you. To Lori,
I know the last year we weren't talking, and you've been carrying that weight, that somehow you failed me. You didn't, since we were kids. You were the one holding all together when Scott died, when I screwed up, and when life got too loud and ugly. There was always a couch, a spare room, a place at your table. You were my built-in big sister, my safe spot when everything else was on fire. And then I met Rihanna, and she slowly became the safe spot for me. And for the first time in your life, you could actually exhale a little. You finally got to rest your heart knowing somebody else had my back the way you always had mine. She never replaced you. It just meant the kid you raised into a man wasn't alone anymore. I love you. You will always be my big sister. And now, I get to be the one always there watching over you. To Anthony, my ride or die, and my beautiful nieces. Anthony, thank you for always loving my sister. You were a brother to me long before you were my brother-in-law. We have shared so many amazing times together that every time we talked about them brought me immense joy and nostalgia. You're a great father to my nieces. You have raised them to be such beautiful, independent, strong women. It's something to be admired. To my nieces, please remember to hold each other, not just through the good, but through the bad. Never hold grudges with one another because you're siblings. They will and forever be your greatest support system throughout your lives, ups and downs. Please learn from my experiences. To my wife, Stegosaurus, bud, Stegosaurus. Sorry. Not sorry. You gave me more love, patience, and loyalty. You were my home. I hate that my leaving put this much on your shoulders. If you remember anything I say today, let it be this. You did not fail me. You fought for me in ways most people will never even see. My choice is mine. I want you to keep building the world we dreamed about, even if I'm cheering and helping you build from a different place now. You love me from the start, flaws and all. I'm right here with you and Riley as you start a new journey that I hope you find peace in. To my friends and extended family, thank you for loving me. Every single person in this room showed up in my life in some way that mattered, and I did not say that enough when I was here. I know my choice to leave hurt you all. I know it confused you, angered you, and broke pieces of you. You're still trying to figure out how to live with it. I need you all to understand that what I did came from a place inside my own mind that I could not see past in the moment. It was not a measure of your worth, your love, or your efforts. I'm sorry for the distance. I'm sorry for the stubbornness, for the times I pulled back instead of reaching out. Please, don't spend the rest of your lives replaying the what if onlys. Hold on to the good stuff. If you want to honor me, help each other. Check in on the quiet ones. Talk about mental health like it's normal, because it is. If my death does anything good, I want to make it easier for someone else to say, I'm not okay, before it's too late. My words to my husband. I am forever grateful for our time together. On this earth, I never stopped choosing you. I was devoted in every being of my body, mind, and soul to you. You were my calm even when you were struggling. You were my gentle giant that hid in the dark from me. I know now it was to protect me. You supported my dreams and were the only reason I made them come true. I hope to continue to make you proud and bring awareness to mental health through this community that we built brick by brick. I will miss every little thing about you and our life we worked so hard to build. I was so proud of us. You were so proud of how far we came. When we met, we had nothing. Thank you for loving Riley with all your heart, and thank you for bringing my stepson into my life. I will never see my world without him. I will continue to be the strong one because my work and love for you is not done. Rest now, my heart. You don't have to suffer anymore. I got this, and I got us.
Next, we have a reading from Vanessa.
Yo. So we talked about doing some form of a prayer or something along those lines, and I did a lot of research, and I spent a lot of time trying to find the words, the meaning, just something that said what was needed. And I mean, I just, you Google and you Google and you Google until something sticks out, and I found one. It's some prayer with no known author, but I read it to my family in our living room, and it just was the right thing. So I'm going to read it now and wish me luck. You can shed tears that he is gone, or you can smile because he has lived. You can close your eyes and pray that he'll come back, or you can open your eyes and see all he's left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see him, or you can be full of the love you've shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember him and only that he's gone, or you can cherish his memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you can do what he'd want. Smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. Thank you.
concludes the speakers. I want to say thank you again for everybody in attendance, came in, streaming. If there's one thing that we should all take away from this is let your family know that you love them. Take the 2 seconds it takes to say, I love you. And if you have somebody that needs help and you have your support systems, reach out, ask how they're doing. Just, it's the little things like that that makes the human connection. Thank you very much. Forgot to mention, we have a reception on the other side, so please join us for the reception.